Now, spring collections have finally begun to arrive on the high street, so it won't be long before we can say see ya to scarves and overcoats.
Thank goodness. Stylist Linda Conway joins us, and in fashion today we're looking at spring trends, although hard to believe it is spring out there. It's pretty wintry this morning, certainly up here in Ballymount.
Hopefully it'll come sooner rather than later.
But it is nice to just inject a little bit of colour into our wardrobes, even though we want to stay warm.
You're doing it. Look, you've your blue.
As are you as well. We're out of the dark colours.
Yes.
So tell us what kind of colours are in for 2017.
Yeah, so lots of kind of brights, I think, and you know, the florals always kind of come back in, and some nice stripes and that. So we have a nice kind of selection today from Irish designers, and we've got some Kildare Village with loads of different brands and some lovely M&S bits.
Okay, so tons of us to choose from. Now,
yes.
Colour, I'm starting to embrace it. Laura knows that I'm the Black Widow.
Yes.
So obviously looking at certain kind of magentas or pops of pink is actually quite nice, you know?
Yes.
I think it just gives you a bit of a spring in your step.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and this is a gorgeous look. It's from the Kilkenny shop, and it's a brand called Fiji. So I just think it's so beautiful, and it is kind of that kind of silk material. It has a really, really flattering neckline, so it kind of goes down. It has a kind of a cowl neck detail. It has a little tie on the belt. It's beautiful, and we've paired it with a little necklace that has that little kind of pop of colour in it, just to add a little bit more interest. And pieces like this can really tie the top and your skirt together really nicely.
It's quite dressy. Would it be appropriate to wear at a wedding? Are separates coming in now for the party guests?
Yes, and I think separates are really nice in the sense that, you know, you could take this top and wear it with a pair of jeans. You could put this skirt with, you know, another little, you know, maybe even you could pick up some of the greens in here and put a little polo neck with it during winter time and some tights. I think separates are great for just kind of mixing and matching.
Sure. Now, the only thing I suppose my discrepancy is it's the price. I mean, you're up into the 200 mark here. It's quite steep, but we're looking at Irish designers because Fiji is an Irish brand.
Absolutely, and I think quality over quantity is what I would always say. If you can look at a piece and you can think, I can wear that in so many different ways, I can mix and match it in my wardrobe, you're going to get more wear out of it than something you kind of pick up without thinking too much about and think, oh, that's only 20 quid, you know. Sure,
and I suppose with things like silk, you have to be mindful that you've got to go to the dry cleaners and all that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So kind of the higher price point will come with, I guess, the better fabrics as well.
But the guys usually can get away with good quality products. We salute them for obviously investment buys. For
yes, absolutely. So there's a lot of kind of blues coming in for guys, and the bomber has stayed as a really, you know, key staple piece. And I think navy is a nice kind of direction to kind of take it in, rather than, you know, our classic blacks and that. Just a little bit lighter. Cardigans are huge again, so this kind of grey and the buttoning detail is really big. And we've just kind of paired it with lots of kind of those blue tones. You see them all over the catwalk for the guys this year, so Calvin Klein and so on, they had loads of them.
The cardigan is making an outfit which would ordinarily be a pair of jeans and an Airtex quite smart.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So it's kind of looking at, you know, if you're updating your wardrobe, taking pieces that, you know, you can kind of maybe wear to the office, and then you can kind of pop over a little polo shirt to really kind of dress it up. Making kind of your pieces work harder for their book, I guess.
I like cardigans on men. I think they're very nice.
Yes,
you know?
yeah, and these ones come in a lot of different colours as well, and you know, they look kind of, you know, smart, closed up, and a little bit more casual when they're left open.
And Linda, moving into the jeans, they're an unusual colour. They're neither light blue, dark blue. They're almost a teal or a grey.
Yes, I thought they were really nice. It's kind of nice to see something a little bit different than your classic denim. And it just kind of adds a little bit more interest to a look as well, and works really well with a brown shoe, because sometimes I think, you know, they kind of clash a little bit if you're going with kind of your stonewash and your brown. Sometimes they jar a little bit, but I thought that these were a really nice kind of contrast together.
Okay, yeah, well, it's good to see the different contrast colours, as you said. It's nice because men sometimes get left
behind
in the dust.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, we are moving away from kind of brighter colours and go into those neutral pastels.
Yes, and pastels were absolutely huge. They're everywhere, and I think they do come back with a bang every kind of spring, summer. But this look is from Aideen Bodkin in the Kilkenny shop. And I think she has paired this kind of really soft pink with this kind of, you know, kind of powder baby blue really, really nicely.
I know my aunt will be looking at this. We have a family wedding coming up, and she's desperate to find something. So these are actually quite wedding-esque outfits.
It is quite a wedding-esque outfit. But I guess the thing is, again, you know, you need to kind of pull these looks apart and kind of think, okay, well, this is a really nice jacket. Pair this with, you know, a nice pair of white linen trousers even, and a little pop of colour underneath for a completely different look. So not looking looking at each outfit as a one-stop shop, I guess.
Sure,
Definitely for a wedding, but when you're investing that little bit more, try to think how many different ways you could wear it.
You mentioned earlier on florals were big for spring.
Yes.
I really like this pattern. It's not geometric, but there is a nod to the Art Deco there of the dress.
Absolutely, yes, and it's quite a subtle one. So if you're kind of looking to get into prints, it's a nice kind of way, a nice little entrance. Rather, you know, you don't have to be too bold with it, I guess.
Yeah, no, actually, it's lovely. Now when you actually look at it, you can see all the different geometric prints that are going on there. And as you said, rightly so, Art Deco, so we're moving into kind of, that's the early 20s. You've teamed it again with a lovely bag as well to pick up on those neutral tones.
Yes, absolutely. So just kind of keeping everything quite simple. You know, the pearls add a nice little touch to it, quite elegant. We've kept the bag really soft as well. This is a nice one from Guess. So not too small either. You know, if you're kind of running around, you know, if it was for a wedding, you might have bits and bobs to throw in for the day ahead. And just, you know, take it to just really simple shoes that you may already have in your wardrobe.
Okay, and I suppose the key with patterns is to make everything else a bit more demure, so you're not clashing.
Absolutely, let that be your hero piece, and
Will you be back with 3 more looks for us this morning?
Absolutely.
Great, we look forward to it. Okay.
Thanks for the moment, Linda.